The last thing anyone wants is to get in their own way. Imagine preventing yourself from your own success. It's not something you would want to do ideally or in your right senses. However, you may find yourself doing that without even realizing it by exhibiting certain habits. So in this video, I'll be talking about habits that prevent you from achieving the success you desire. My name is Chris and you're welcome to my channel. The first habit that prevents you from achieving the success you desire is mistaking being busy for being productive. You see, we live in a world where it's all about doing, it's all about getting up and doing something. When you sit down, when you're not all over the place, people are like, oh, you're lazy, you need to get up, you need to work hard. Unfortunately, that is a culture that is promoted in the business world, in the corporate world. People want you to always be on the move, to always be doing something. And when we do that, we tend to mistake the fact that us being busy doesn't mean that we're being productive. You can be busy 247 and not attain a single productivity and not do anything meaningful. It is very possible you're just there, you're walking, you're going around in circles, but you can't point at one meaningful thing that you have achieved. So imagine waking up very early in the morning to work and you work all day until very late in the day. And in your head, you're thinking, yes, I have done so much work. I've done a lot. However, you haven't done anything productive. Yes, you were busy, but you were not productive. You need to be able to differentiate these two things, busyness and productivity. If all you do is keep busy without being sure that you're actually being productive, you might never be successful. You might never be successful because you being busy doesn't guarantee productivity. It doesn't guarantee results. You must be able to differentiate those two things. And your goal should be productivity, attaining productivity. You can work fewer hours and be productive, compared to working more hours and not attaining anything meaningful. So it's not about the number of hours you put in. It's not, because all of those hours could be spent doing nothing productive. And that explains why the richest people are not necessarily those who work the longest hours. No, they are not. You have to be smart enough to differentiate being busy and being productive. And your goal should be being productive, because when you are productive, you achieve better results that are going to give you the success you desire. The second habit preventing you from attaining the success you desire is that you're too afraid to take risks. You don't want to take risks because you fear that if you do, you're going to get burnt and you might lose everything. And for that reason, you like to play it safe. You like to, be cautious. After all, you won't lose much with caution. Well, newsflash, there's only so much you can achieve when you're overly cautious. The most successful people in the world are people who are not afraid to take risks, people who take the bull by the horns, people who go all in. I'm not saying that you should be careless. No, that's not the point I'm making here. All I'm saying is you should be willing to take risks. Call them calculated risks if you want. Something has to give. If all you do is play it safe, at best you're going to achieve average results, because that's what you get when you're all about playing it safe. If you really want to achieve tremendous results, tremendous success, you must be willing to take risks. The bigger the risks, the higher the reward. That's how it works. So stop playing it to say, yes, you should, survey the situation, you should evaluate, examine, call it whatever you want. But upon doing that, you should know when it's okay for you to proceed. You should know when it's okay for you to dive in. If you don't want to dive in at all, you just want to stand by and watch and only move or dive in when the waters are so calm, well, there might be nothing left in the waters. Those who were able to go in when the waters were not so calm might have gotten all the good tidings in the water. So it's important that you are ready to take calculated risks, because only then can you achieve great success. Another habit preventing you from your success is that you follow the crowd. And I can understand why. You see, it's easy to follow the crowd. If so many people are doing it, if so many people are taking that way, it's most likely because it's safe to do so. It's not dangerous. At least a lot of people have gone through that path. So there's a very little chance that you're going to get hurt if you go through that path, compared to someone who is taking an entirely different path that no one else has taken. That is more risky, that is more dangerous. I can see that. However, if all you do is following the crowd, it means that you're going to achieve the same results that the crowd achieves. And most of the time, the results are mediocre. Really, the results are not so much to write home about. You must be courageous enough. You must be willing to chart your own course. You must be willing to do things that really, really appeal to you, things that make your heart beat, things that you yearn for. You must be willing to do them. And when you do them, you are likely to achieve great success compared to when you just follow the crowd because that is what everybody is doing, and that is what seems the safest for you to do. Yes, it can be scary to chart your own course, to go a different route, from the routes that other people are taking. However, when you do that, you stand a chance of achieving great success. The fourth habit preventing you from your success is that you are doing it alone. You're doing it all by yourself. Well, it's good that you have what it takes to do it alone, to do it by yourself. However, when you have more hands on board, more people on board, you can achieve much more. You can achieve greater success with more people on board. You need to, surround yourself among people who share your dreams, who share your goals and ambitions. You need to have a team. You need to be able to share your ideas with people you trust. When you do that, you're not the only one working towards achieving it. So you don't have to do everything yourself. You have extra hands. You have people there to help you. And all these people are working with you to achieve your success. So instead of having just you do everything, you have multiple people doing several things at once. And with more hands, you're able to achieve much more. And sometimes it's not even about having people to, roll up their sleeves and get to work with you. Sometimes it's about just seeking counsel from the right people, having the right people to advise you, the right people to tell you what to do. Because when you're involved in a situation, half the time you don't see all the angles, in that situation. There are several blind spots to you, but when there are other people involved, they can spot things that you might not be able to spot. And then they can warn you, they can tell you, oh no, this is wrong. Okay, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? When you do it all by yourself, yes, you might achieve the success eventually, but you might just end up spending more time and resources and even energy. However, when there are multiple people involved helping you out, you find that you're able to achieve success faster, better, and even in a more efficient way. Seeking perfection is another habit that prevents you from achieving your success. You want everything to be right. You want the moment to be perfect before you move. Listen, that is only holding you back. That is stopping you from achieving the success you desire. Things might never be perfect, okay? Things might never be completely perfect, like, okay, this is the perfect time. No, the world is moving and things are happening. Everybody isn't going to pause what they're doing to suit you or to ensure that you achieve your success. No, people are going to continue to live their own lives and continue to do their own things. So things might never be perfect. That is why you need to move when you need to move. You need to take steps when you need to take steps. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, you might never get it. It might never come. Okay. Don't wait until you have all the resources you need to do what you need to do. How about starting with what you have? How about starting where you are? And before you know it, the resources will begin to come. When you keep moving, you cover more miles, you cover more places compared to when you stand still in one spot. Your desire to have the perfect moment, to want things to be perfect is holding you back. It is preventing you from achieving the success you crave because the perfect moment might never come. Last but not least, habit preventing you from your success is procrastinating. This is so important. You can't achieve anything meaningful if all you do is procrastinate. You keep moving things forward. I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it later. You can't get anything done. You have to get up and do what you need to do when you need to do it. Okay. I understand that you might not always be in the mood to do certain things. I mean, life is happening, and sometimes when life happens, we don't feel so great to give things our best. That's understandable. And it's okay for you to take your time to, refresh, to ensure that you are in that headspace to keep going. But it shouldn't be a habit. It shouldn't be something that you do all the time. You shouldn't look for the smallest excuse to procrastinate, to push things forward. No. Sometimes you have to say to yourself, I have to do this because I have to do it. It has to be done. It's not going to get done by itself. Someone has to do it. And right now, you're just that person to do it. So get up and do what you need to do. If you continue to procrastinate, if you let procrastination to get the best of you, you might never achieve the success you desire. Okay. Um, Come up with a timetable if you want, come up with things that would spoil you. You could even ask people to hold you accountable. Talk to your friends, your family, and loved ones in general. Tell them to hold you accountable. If you say you're going to do something and you find yourself procrastinating, having spoken to them, they could actually push you. They could nudge you on and say, hey, you said you were going to do this. Have you done it? And with that little push, sometimes all we need is that little push. We just want someone to say, hey, what's up? Why don't you do what you said you would do? Okay, yes, you can do it. I know you're tired. I know you're not feeling so great about doing it, but come on, you can do it. That voice, that person, cheering us on, sometimes is all we need. So you might just want to get them involved so that when you find yourself procrastinating, they can help you. These habits might seem inconsequential, but they play a huge role in achieving success. If you find yourself exhibiting these habits, continuously, it might be very difficult for you to achieve the success you desire. Okay, you need to be intentional. You need to say to yourself, I need to quit these habits because the success I want isn't going to just fall on my laps. No, I have to go for it. I have to put in the work. I have to get it done, and with that determination and with the zeal to put this habits behind you to do better, to turn a new leaf, you stand a better chance of achieving your own success. Take a look around. You might find other interesting videos, and don't forget to, subscribe, and drop a comment below. My name is Chris, and it was nice talking to you in this one. See you in the next one.